Good day, everyone. This is Karil Ingrid and Baloing from BSED Mathematics 3A, and this is my final project number 2 on M115 Abstract Algebra. So for final project number 2, it is my responsibility to explore the subgroups and to draw a lattice diagram. So we have here our mu table a while ago, which forms a group structure. So in order for a group table to be a group structure, or in order for a table to be a group, it must satisfy these four conditions. So we have here closed and well-defined, associative, has an identity element, and inverse element for all exist. So now that we know the conditions to be considered in order to determine a group table as a group, it is now time for us to explore its subgroups. So we have here mu table, which is a group, and now let's find its subgroups. So in order to say that it is a subgroup, it must also satisfy these four conditions. First one, it must be closed. Second one is it must be associative. It must has an identity element and has an inverse element for all. So we have here the three types of subgroup. We have the improper subgroup. Improper subgroup contains all the elements. Proper subgroup contains element less than all the elements, while trivial subgroup contains one element, which is the identity element. So we have here again our mu table. So we have here its subgroup. So we have the improper subgroup for this. We have mu is equal to, the set of mu is equal to Ci and B5 LOVES MATH under the binary operation star. So we have here also the proper subgroups. First one is mu sub 15 is equal to Ci and B5 LO under the binary operation star. Mu 8 is equal to CV under the binary operation star. Mu 9 is equal to CE under the binary operation star. Mu 10 is equal to CS under the binary operation star. Mu 11 is equal to CM under the binary operation star. Mu 12 is equal to CA under the binary operation star. Mu 13 is equal to CT under the binary operation star. Mu 14 is equal to CH under the binary operation star. And mu 1 is equal to C under the binary operation star. Now let's check if this subgroup is a subgroup. So we have here the improper subgroup. Mu 16 is equal to Ci and B5 LOVES MATH. So as we can see here, let's check if it is closed, associative, has an identity element, and inverse for all. Since this table is a group table, therefore it satisfies all the conditions. Therefore, this subgroup is a subgroup. Let's now move on to the proper subgroups. For proper subgroups number 1, mu 15 is equal to Ci and B5 under the binary operation star. So is this subgroup closed. In order to check if this subgroup is closed, let's focus on the resulting elements. As we can see here, our resulting elements is close to the elements being operated on the top and here on the column. Therefore, it is closed. To check if it is associative, let's flip it again. Let's rotate it again 180 degrees. So let's flip our table to 180 degrees. We will now have this table. So as we can see here, the table is not arranged to the position of the original one, right? So here we will interchange rows and columns in order for it to be same with the resulting elements of the original table. In order for us to say that it is associative, let's first interchange its column. We have now fixed the column. Now let's interchange row rather. We will now fix the row. Since here, as we can see here, it is not yet same with the original table. That one. So, as we can see, the flipped table resulting element is same with the original table's resulting element. Therefore, it is associative. So, in order for us to see the identity element, let's find the same row and column with the header row and column. So, we have here again CINB5LO for row and column, and its intersection is the identity element. Therefore, we have the identity element C. So in order for us to see if it has inverse element for all, let's find the identity element. So C, this one is the identity element, therefore the inverse element of C is C. For I, this is the identity element, therefore the inverse element of I is O. For N, this is the identity element, therefore the inverse element of N is L. This is the identity element for B, therefore the inverse element of B is 5. For 5, we have here the identity element, therefore the inverse element of 5 is B. For L, we have here the identity element, therefore the inverse element of L is N. So we have here for O the identity element, therefore the inverse element of O is I. Right? So we have here the inverse element of C is C, the inverse element of I is O, the inverse element of N is L, the inverse element of B is 5, the inverse element of 5 is B, the inverse element of L is N, the inverse element of O is I. Let's now check for the other proper subgroups. So we have here mu8 is equal to CV under the binary operation star, and this is its table. Also for the next, we have here the table, and for mu10, we have here our table. Now let's check if they are closed, associative, has an identity element, and inverse element to say that this group or subgroups. So we have here the resulting elements of all. So as we can see, the resulting elements of the table are close to the elements being operated. This one, we have CV, CE, and CS. Therefore, we can say that this is closed. For proper subgroup, again, we have here the table. For another proper subgroup and its table, proper subgroup and its table. Another one, the last one is this one. So let's check them all together in order for us to see that it is closed. Again, for CVES, we already shown a while ago that this is closed. Let's see if this are closed also. CM is closed since the resulting elements revolve around C and M. CA is closed because the resulting elements revolve around C and A. CT is closed since the resulting elements revolve around CT also. And this one is closed also because the resulting elements revolve around CH. Therefore, it is closed. Let's now see the associativity of all. It is to see the associativity, let's rotate it again 180 degrees. So we will rotate this 180 degrees. And as we can see, the resulting elements is same with the original table. Therefore, we can say that all tables or all subgroups of 2 is associative. So here, let's check their identity element. Again, to check for the identity element, we will get first the same row and column as the header row and column. So we have here their same rows and column, and their intersection is our identity element. So for all table, the identity element exists, which is C. Now let's check for their inverse element. For CV, its inverse element is the element above the identity element. So we have here the inverse element of C is C, and the inverse element of V is V. Then the inverse element of C here is C. The inverse element of E is E. The inverse element of C is C, and the inverse element of S is S. The inverse element of C is C. The inverse element of N is M. For this one, the inverse element of C is C, and the inverse element of A is A. Then, for this one, the inverse element of C is C, and the inverse element of T is T. And doing it again, we have the inverse element of C as C, and the inverse element of H is H. Therefore, all of this has an inverse element for all. Therefore, these are subgroups. Now let's check the trivial subgroup. Mu1 is equal to C under the binary operation star. So we have here its table. So this, let's check if this table is closed. As we can see, the resulting element is C, and the element being operated is C. Therefore, it is closed. For associativity, let's flip it 180 degrees. So as we can see, even if it is flipped, the resulting element is C also. Therefore, it is associative. To check if this has an identity element, since this is the header row and the header column, the intersection is C also. Therefore, C is our identity element. Inverse element for all. So since this is the identity element, the inverse element is on the top. Therefore, the inverse element of C is C. Let's now find the lattice diagram. So we can conclude there that all of those are subgroups, since it satisfies the condition close associative, has an identity element and has an inverse element for all. So we have here the lattice diagram. So in our lattice diagram, we have here on the top the improper subgroup. Then after the improper subgroup, we have here the proper subgroups. Here's a proper subgroup with 7 elements. Here are proper subgroups with 2 elements. And here is our trivial subgroup with 1 element. So this is the lattice diagram. As we can see, it starts with elements with the highest value, which is 14 or all the elements, then followed by 7 elements, 2 elements, and 1 element. That would be all for my final project number 2. Thank you for listening.